Greetings, Mayor, Council members, and television audience. I'm Jim Toppitzover, Director of the Recreation Services Department. This department manages numerous recreation activities in the parks for people of all ages. We accomplish this through 3 operating centers at the Wood Lake Nature Center, the Richfield Ice Arena and Outdoor Pool, and the Community Center. We also plan all park improvements and take a lead role in coordinating many large community events, including the Richfield 4th of July celebration. Enhancing the lives of thousands of people makes the Parks and Recreation Department the heart and soul of the Richfield community. Following highlights of 2013 really show the impact we do have on the community. The Honoring All Veterans Memorial was completed this year, followed by a great Memorial Day dedication with a record crowd. Minnesota National Guard Adjutant General Richard Nash commented in his address that in his opinion, our monument was the most significant and impressive veterans monument outside of Washington, D.C. Our goal was to create a regional attraction to draw people into our city and pay tribute to our veterans. I believe we have accomplished this goal and then some. Another way we are planning to draw more attention to Richfield is through Minnesota's new junior hockey league team, the Minnesota Magicians. The good reputation of the Richfield Arena and staff has earned the business of the new team, and we are now hosting their practices and games, which will attract additional ice rental to the arena. The department has submitted 2 successful grant applications to conduct open street events. Last year we created the Open Streets component of PennFest and attracted over 5,000 people, making the event a huge success. This year we've been busy planning the next one, scheduled for September 15th, also along Penn Avenue. The Urban Wildland Half Marathon continues to attract over 1,300 runners and consistently provides a significant revenue stream that benefits the Wood Lake Nature Center. Through the hard-working efforts of the Friends of Wood Lake Board and staff, they routinely are successful at bringing in additional sources of revenue outside of the general fund. Nature Center staff oversee a large community garden located on airport property. This year, we again sold out all 180 garden plots. Something new we are doing is we are in the process of selecting a site to move the garden within Richfield city limits to improve accessibility to residents and security. This year, we launched a new location for our satellite farmers market, partnering with Lindale Gardens. The new location has attracted many more customers and now brings in more than 500 people each Wednesday afternoon, which represents a 300% increase over last year. Summer Concerts in the Parks program grew from 16 free concerts to 21. The Kids Concerts, which is offered every Tuesday afternoon throughout the summer, averaged an attendance well over 200. 4 new concerts were offered on Wednesday evenings in conjunction with the Community Services Commission's community engagement process to determine the best site for a future band shell. Lastly, we produced another successful kids ice fishing event at Taft Lake and continued planning towards making this lake one of the best urban fisheries in the metro area. Now let's talk about some details of the Recreation Services budget. The general fund portion of the Recreation Services budget includes 3 divisions: the Recreation Program Division, Wood Lake Nature Center, and an Administrative Division. Here's a summary of the budget for all 3 divisions. The left-hand column represents this year's adopted budget. The center column is a revision of the adopted budget as estimated halfway through the year. The right-hand column is the proposed budget for next year, 2014. This year's revised expenses budget for all 3 divisions is slightly less than adopted, but the proposed budget for next year is 4% higher. This increase is mainly attributed to a work-related injury that occurred in the year 2012, resulting in a $29,000 workers' compensation charge for the year 2014. The full cost of the accident will be amortized over the next 5 years. Because more and more customers are registering online and paying with credit cards, and the city has charged a fee for every credit card use, subsequent credit card charges increased in the amount of $4,000. Lastly, a costly elevator repair for the community center is reflected in the revised 2013 budget in the amount of $6,000. Offsetting this unexpected increase in expenditures for next year is a projected 2.7% increase in revenues from recreation programs. Okay, let's move on to our enterprise portion of the recreation services budget, which includes the ice arena, outdoor pool, mini golf, and picnic pavilion rental. The arena budget had some big changes happen this year, including the retirement of a long-standing administrative aide. Staff costs were $7,000 higher this year because of her vacation payout. Despite higher part-time staff costs, the revised 2013 expense budget still decreased overall because of a decrease in depreciation. Revenues are expected to drop this year by 4% due to the loss of a figure skating competition and the last-minute cancellation of 2 hockey tournaments. The big story related to the ice arena budget in 2014 is all about the Minnesota Magicians. The team will play 30 home games in our arena, adding to the ice arena revenue in the amount of $22,500, but also increasing seasonal staff costs of about $10,000 to accommodate the games. The team will also pay a partial lease payment for the completed locker room in the amount of $56,000. Revenue in 2014 is planned at 4.7% reduction because there are no additional building improvement funds transferred in. Moving on to the outdoor pool, the financial success of our outdoor pool is very connected to the weather conditions. When the weather is cold or rainy, daily admission revenue suffers. This was the case this summer for the first 3 weeks of the season, reducing revenues by about $40,000. Revenues were further reduced this year by the removal of an operating transfer in for pool painting in the amount of $25,000 because the expenditure cannot be capitalized. The internal loan for the renovation of the pool that occurred 10 years ago in 2003 was officially paid off this year, so the pool budget for next year has no debt service and shows a significant decrease in expenditures. 2013 revised pool expense budget was about $20,000 less than the adopted budget because of a decrease in depreciation expense. The proposed 2014 budget decreased by about 10% for the same reason. For special facilities, otherwise known as the mini golf budget, staff anticipated the addition of a summer flea market this year and budgeted extra revenue for it. The flea market never materialized, and so the revised 2013 revenue budget was decreased by $4,000. The mini golf building and grounds are now fully depreciated this year, thus depreciation was removed from the operating budget in 2014, reducing expenditures by $5,000. The special facility budget now operates at a profit after depreciation and contributes about $3,500 towards the Recreation Enterprise Fund. This concludes my budget presentation. Wood Lake Nature Center Manager Karen Schrag and Facility Manager Brandon Clement are present to answer questions. Thanks again.